Hello YouTube, and welcome to my review of new Tyranid codex. Brand new. Yeah, had my first game of it the other day, and I've got to say, this codex is getting a lot of hate. Mainly because Yumgal Genie Stealers, Doom of Mountai, Parasite Mortrex and Mycetic Spore, they just removed them. There's rumours there's legal suits involved. With that, I'm not fussed. It's just getting slated. I mainly think that Tervagon went up in points. People are hating it because of that. But I think people are just... they're too set in their ways. You know, in this codex, Tervagons, everyone spammed them. And, you know, it was the only way to play Tyranids. And they weren't even that good. I mean, Termagants are worthless, and you're spamming out maybe 10 on averages. Ooh, 50 points worth of Termagants. Who gives a toss? So I think people who are being hateful about this codex have not... they're not looking at it properly. It's a new edition, new codex. We need to stop thinking about the old, think about the new. Everything in this codex, bar one or two things that stayed the same, has come down in points. You know, Hormagaunts came down in points, Termagants came down a point, Lictors came down points. You know, the new models, the rules for them, some of them are really good. Harpy and Hive Crone. Hive Crone gets a strength 8 Vector Strike. So, all in all, I like this codex. I've liked what they've done, I've liked what they do with the psychic powers, I like what they've done with the instinctive behaviour. So, yeah, I can't see why people are slagging it off. People are slagging it off because what they used to do doesn't work anymore. Whoop-de-doo, it's a new codex, do something new. You know, I think if everyone's playing the same army, because they want to win, it's the only army that works, it's just being stupid. You play this codex to have fun. Silly. I mean, I've been playing Tyranids all the way back since 4th edition, very start of 4th edition, when we had this one. This was the codex I started with. You know, it's barely, what, 80 pages long? Let's have a look. Not even that. 45 pages. But this codex was awesome. And I see in the new codex what this codex had. Back to the days of biomorphs, back to the days of having an armory, and everyone having universal options. You know. So, yeah. Those were the golden days of Tyranids. Well, arguably the codex that came after that one. Days of Nidzilla were the best days. But yeah, new Tyranid codex, I like. I really do like this codex. I just think people are miffed because, oh, Doom of Mountai and Mycetic Spore aren't in it. Well, get over it. Yeah, I mean, the way my army runs, I run Hive Tyrant, Termagants, Hormagaunts, Gene Stealers, Broodlords, Raveners, and then mostly Carnifexes and Trigons. And so yeah, my Carnifexes came down 40 points, so my 320 points is now only 260. That's an 80 point saving. I then saved myself, you know, another 5 points on a Hive Tyrant, another 10 points on a Trigon. You know, my list saved over 100 points. 100 points it came down. You know, for 100 points I could get a whole unit of 20 Hormagaunts. That's a whole unit of 20 on top of the army I already had. Suffice to say, this isn't going to be a competitive codex. It's not Tau broken or Eldar broken. You know, there's no Salvo 4 banner, Dark Angels, and there's no chapter tactics or anything special like that. But it's got some interesting things in it. Am I upset that they removed the Doom of Mountai, the Yumgal Genie Stealers, the Mycetic Spore, and Parasite of Mortrex? Yeah, well, I didn't do many conversions. I don't use Doom. Didn't like Doom at all. Young Girl Gene Stealers, I am sad to see go, but I'll just make my Young Girl Gene Stealers normal Gene Stealers. Congratulations. I really like Gene Stealers this edition because of one thing: new psychic powers. Broodlord has the Hypnotic Gaze psychic power from this book. Now, for those of you who haven't seen Mini Wargaming Jay's review, he starts by slagging the codex off, which is not the best way to say it, but you know, it's new edition. You need to find what works. I think Gene Stealer spam is coming back with this because the Hypnotic Gaze allows you to. It's a malediction with 24-inch range. Target unit takes a pinning test at -2 leadership. You know, Space Marines leadership 9, suddenly 7. Half the time they're going to be failing and being pinned. And if you take 4 Gene Stealer broods with Broodlords, you're going to pin half the broods, half your opponent's army, and be in combat turn 2. So you're going to be able to weather the shooting ban. That's what we've always struggled with, being able to weather all the shooting that we have to take to get across the board. I think with Broodlords, much better. Hive Tyrant psychic powers. Well, the psychic powers in general. Hive Tyrant being able to extend its range to 18 inches with Synapse. That in this edition, this codex is really nice because I must admit, instinctive behaviour became brutal. But though it's not a good change, the rules for it they're not nice. They're a bit random, but I love it because it really brings out the animalistic part of Tyranids. You know, Tyranids just don't go, oh, no longer at Synapse, we're just going to do one thing. It's something random is going to happen. They're going to be unpredictable, which is what they should be. I love it. But I put a battle report up, Tyranids versus Blood Angels and Imperial Guard. And there was a turn where I had 6 Ravenous out of Synapse. And they decided to eat each other because I rolled badly on the instinctive behaviour chart. Which I thought was hilarious. I laughed my head off when that happened. So, yeah. What else do I think about this codex? Fluff. I'm halfway through. I've read the Behemoth fluff. You know, Battle from a Crag. Some of the Kraken fluff. I've read through that. And the Doom of the Eldar story. And the fluff-wise, I don't think they're as fulfilling as the older codexes. In this codex, the fluff, black background story, and just general insight to the Tyranid menace was really detailed, and I really liked it. This one, it's a little bit glazed over. But that's because this codex was written by a consortium. Who the hell was it written by? Produced by the Games Workshop Design Studio. So, I don't think it's going to be as well written, because there's no author. So the stories aren't going to be as strong as if one author were just putting his mind to paper. But yeah, so not too impressed with the fluff. It's a little bit glazed over, but I haven't read it all yet, so yeah. As for other rules, the main thing I think about this codex is the psychic powers. They're really useful. I mean, people have just looked at them and gone, oh, they're awful. They do this, this and this. But they don't see how it has worked in conjunction with the way the Force works. So, yeah, I'm going to have to make a second video on this because I'm running over time. So stay tuned and watch part 2. Please subscribe and like this video if you agree. And please post comments if you disagree with anything I'm saying. Be back in a moment. Thanks for watching. Happy wargaming.